FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
No, women, there's a button you can push, and you can have the best listener in the world. All you have to do to push that button is you say, honey, I just need to talk to you for 10 minutes. No longer. He says, all right, you got his attention. Only 10 minutes. Now what am I supposed to do? You don't have to do anything. Just look my direction. Occasionally nod your head. If there's a long period of silence, you could say, tell me more. That's it. No more talking. And when I'm done, there'll be no talking about what I talked about. So basically, you don't have to say anything, do anything, fix anything. You don't even have to feel bad. Nothing. There's no performance for him to do. So there's no way a guy could lose with this. And it only takes 10 minutes. I'll try it. And he has to look in her direction. And he's not even tempted anymore to look away, because men look away to figure out, what is she saying? What does she want me to do? What is my plan? And another unique thing about men and women's brains is that if a man has a stroke up here in the listening part of the brain, front left, he'll never listen again. It will die and they'll be gone. If a woman has a stroke in the front left where she listens, there won't be a drop in hearing at all. She's got 6 other places in the brain where she can listen from. Women can analyze and listen. They can feel and listen. They can prioritize and listen. They can remember and listen. They can plan to the future and listen. And they can prepare to talk and listen. All those things simultaneously. Men can only do it from one place. So women often feel he doesn't listen. And the truth is, men don't listen ever in the way women need to be heard. Matter of fact, no man ever in history has ever really heard a woman unless she uses this technique. Because what will happen when a woman starts talking about problems is instantly, the wiring in a man's brain is differently. The amygdala responds to problems. In a man's brain, the amygdala is wired up to the action center. So as soon as she starts talking about problems, he thinks, must take action. What am I supposed to do? Is this problem important? Is it not important? Not important, cancel. Go back up, listen to what else she's saying. So he's literally running around his brain. Occasionally, if there's strong feeling, he has to relate to the feeling, and then the whole thing stops. Because once he goes to the feeling part of the brain, he can't think at all, nor can he remember what you're talking about. So he's literally, while you're talking to him, his brain, he's running all over the place. If you tell him you don't have to solve anything, fix anything, analyze anything, you don't have to change any way, you don't have to feel bad, guess what's going to happen? He will stay located in one part of his brain. And he'll just look at you. And looking is easy for him as long as he's not doing the other stuff. The amygdala is wired up to action and looking. And of course the looking has to be slightly active. So I suggest you just move your eyes just a little bit around her face. You just stay busy and it keeps stimulating dopamine in the brain and gives you energy. It will, and she won't know the difference. And as one woman said, I don't care if he's looking around my face. He's never even seen my cheeks before. So I'm happy with that. But and I talk about the various ways to keep him focused. But the bottom line, if he senses that he's helping her, then his testosterone levels will be rising rather than falling. You know, when women talk about the stress of their day, if you listen to what they're saying, they'll be talking about a variety of different kinds of problems and tension, stressful situations. 70% of them have no solution at all. You know, like the weather here is bad, the weather is good, the traffic, there's no solution there. She's just talking about some of her feelings of frustration, whatever. But the guy is over there taking it literally. What am I supposed to do? I can't change the weather. Do you want us to move? I mean, do you want a better car? Am I supposed to get a job here? What? You know, the whole thing, he's responding to these problems. If you tell him, I have a big problem, which is I'm stressed out like the rest of the women in the world, and all I need is more oxytocin. And how do I get it? I can talk for 10 minutes at a time, and you don't say anything, do anything, fix anything, change anything, and I feel better. There's not a man in this world that won't do this. And we are great listeners. We just have to be given the instructions. You're just going to listen, and he can do it. And just to think about the perfect compatibility between men and women, if you get objective about this, men love coming home from work, forgetting their problems, and watching TV. They like to watch the newscaster talk about other people's problems that they don't have to do anything about. So women, it's a perfect fit. You just have to set them up and say, okay, I'm here to tell you the news. My problems that you don't have anything, you don't have to do anything, just sit back and listen and don't change the channel. And he'd be happy to listen the whole time. Then you have to make this work. You have to then walk out of the room. Don't ask him the dreaded words. Well, how do you feel about that? Or what do you think about that? Because then no matter what he says, it ruins it for him and for you. So he knows that. So take away all anxiety with the whole thing.